Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of One Piece, which is on chapter 1019. This chapter right here was actually really nice and great. That ending of the chapter right there was really slick, you know? So if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that the chapter opens up with Queen facing Sanji on and launching a bunch of attacks on him, you know? As for Zoro, we have to it that they're trying to As for Zoro, the Minks and Chopper are trying to heal Zoro right now and trying to do an injection shot on him. But unfortunately, they're unable to do it right since he has a lot of bandages on his body, you know. And as for Luffy, he is rescued, like I said, if you guys been keeping up lately, by Law's crew. They try to keep him alive and he looks really pale, trying to wonder, what do we do? This guy looks like he's really dying right now. And Luffy screams out, give me meat, you know? Very funny stuff. Then we go to a scene at the right brain tower whatsoever in the Onigashima Skull Dome. And we have to it that Franky ends up taking on Sasaki, you know? One of the Flying Six against his Triceratops form. This fight was actually really tough for Franky because Sasaki ends up going into his freaking ends up standing up in his Triceratops form, and freaking Franky's like, dude, you are one tough nut to crack, man. I dealt a lot of stabbing blows on you, and you're still a real pain in the neck. And, you know, Sasaki says the same to Franky, saying, dude, I took you on many times, and I never fought an opponent like you. That aside, stand aside. I'm gonna freaking hurt these guys. And we have to it that Sasaki ends up using his sword, the Karakuri Helix sword, you know? And we had to it that Sasaki ends up also hovering with his Triceratops neck somehow. You know how Triceratops are, right? Like they have a lot of freaking crazy horns whatsoever. And he's able to helicopter himself, you know? And that's when the others who are backing up Franky says, hey, Franky Bull, you gotta get the hell out of there. And we have to it, Sasaki ends up using Triceracopter on the betraying forces whatsoever. And we have to it that Franky clashes against Sasaki once more with his swordsmanship. But we had to it that Franky is really upset because Sasaki literally turned out to be an aerial battle, you know? And Sasaki tells Franky that Triceratops is a pretty special breed of dinosaur. And we had to it that Franky ends up clashing against Sasaki, who apparently is propelling and giving himself more momentum, and uses Triceratops bullet against Franky's General Shogun General Shield whatsoever, you know? And we had to it that Franky's shoulder launcher is gonna misfire, you know? And Franky will later on use a General Suplex on Sasaki, but that does not stop him from being defeated. And we had to it that Franky tried to use Franken's sword Victory V Flash, but sadly, the attack missed because Sasaki ends up hovering himself in the air and flies away. And we had to it that freaking Sasaki ends up breaking Franky's General Shogun sword, which is so hilarious and funny. And Franky's like, oh, hell no, I'm out of here. He goes like, where the hell you think you're going, you know? And we have to it that Franky's like, well, if it's gonna be like that, I'm gonna have to put all my money on my strongest attack for a one-shot comeback. And Sasuke's like, hey, stop running, fight me already, you know. And we had to it, Sasuke ends up using Triceratops bullet again, and we had to it, Franky will later on use General Franky Shogun Gaon Cannon Encore General Cannon. But unfortunately, that does not stop Sasaki whatsoever. And Sasaki says, yo, everyone fears the Beast Pirates because of the Flying Six. Don't underestimate us. I'm taking you down with me, Tricera Magnum. And we have to it, he launches an attack on the General Shogun, on Franky's robot. But Franky managed to escape in the nick of time and ends up using Franky Radical Beam on Sasaki, you know? And it looks like that might have knocked Sasaki out, but I don't know if that really is the case. Now, the final pages of this chapter it shows Kaido facing against Yamato and says, "You'll make You'll make a worthy addition to our military strength. Did you really think I let you use its power freely, huh? I went through hell to get you that devil fruit whatsoever." And Yamato says, "I only ate it because I was hungry. It was a real shock. All I wanted was to set sail, and now I can't even swim. I've tried to kill you countless times now, and you always knock me down, but that's what made me strong. Your shackles weren't the only thing keeping me here. If I abandoned this country, how could I call myself Odin?" as Yamato will say it. And we get to see Yamato's devil fruit zone type mythical zone type form, which represents looking at as a fox for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but yeah. All I know is Kaido gave Yamato a devil fruit that allows her to be in this mythical zone type form whatsoever. I don't know what kind of form it is, but like I said, it looks like a fox, but I think it may not be. I don't think that really is the case, I don't know, but yeah. Anyways, as for Franky, as for Zoro, he's trying to get patched up. As for Luffy, he told the others on Law's ship to give him meat so he could recover. And Franky facing Sasaki. Dude, that guy Sasaki actually gave Franky a very hard time, and I'm glad of it because the Flying Six are not to be underestimated. We've seen that firsthand. Think about OT and freaking page 1, and now we see Sasaki and Who's Who. But Who's Who guy's butt handed by Jinbei, that kind of thing. And much more after that, if you guys get the idea. But Franky, he literally had a hard time against Sasaki, not just because of his strength, but because of his durability and persistence, The way how he ends up using his, the way how Sasaki is able to use his devil fruit powers against Franky gave Franky a hard time, Such as using a Triceracopter and then a Tricera bullet, And then later on, ends up breaking Franky's sword, And then he has to run and use General Cannon on him. But unfortunately, that does not stop him and ends up using Tricera Magnum, and then Franky ends up using Radical Beam on him and manages to do enough damage to hopefully defeat him or knock him out. I don't know. And Kaido facing Yamato head on, and Yamato, even though you knocked me back down multiple times, I still get back up and I'm still strong, And the reason why Yamato sticks around this Wano is because if I abandon this country, how can I call myself Odin, That kind of thing. Looking forward to the next chapter. There's no break, thank goodness. But as usual, Oda, please take care of your health, So hopefully you'll be okay. So until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot.